How's it going, fellas? Before we get started, I know this topic might stir some controversy, but it's just my opinion and I'm just letting you guys know how I feel. So today I want to talk about Dwight Howard, because honestly I think he's the most disrespected future Hall of Famer in NBA history. People who've watched Dwight in his prime know that he was an amazing player and he was clearly a top 3 player in the league for a couple of years. The thing is, a lot of younger NBA fans never saw that Dwight Howard. They saw the Dwight that forced himself out of Orlando, the Dwight that Kobe called soft, the Dwight with all his baby mama drama, the Dwight that complains about his role on the team, and the Dwight that just isn't as good as before. And the NBA has been growing incredibly fast in recent years, so we're getting a ton of new fans around the world from all different countries and age groups. These newer fans never witnessed the dominance of Dwight Howard in his prime. The fact that people even question whether or not he deserves to be in the Hall of Fame is ridiculous. Bob Ryan, a writer for the Boston Globe, was asked if Howard belongs in the Hall of Fame. His response was a solid no. It's not even a discussion. Hall of Fame, please. Honestly, I think that statement was insane, along with everyone else who thinks Howard should not be a Hall of Famer. The Basketball Hall of Fame isn't even that hard to get into in the first place. He absolutely should be a first ballot Hall of Famer, and let me show you why. Although his career has fallen off kinda quickly, what he's done in his 7 to 8 years of dominance is more than enough to get him into the Hall. For starters, Howard is an 8-time All-Star. The only other player in NBA history who's made the All-Star team at least 8 times and did not make the Hall of Fame is Larry Faust. And this is not including guys who are active or not yet eligible to get nominated. I'm pretty sure 99% of the population have no idea who Larry Faust is. But he played in the 1950s and his numbers were nowhere close to Howard's. So yeah, if we're just going by All-Star selections, he should already have a strong case to get in. Howard has also been selected 8 times to the All-NBA teams. 5 of those were first-team All-NBA. For comparison, Hall of Famer Clyde Drexler only has 1 first-team All-NBA selection and only 5 selections total. And Patrick Ewing only has 7 All-NBA selections total. I know back then there were a lot better centers, but still, we're looking at Howard's accolades and his 8 All-NBA selections are better than some players we consider to be legends of the 1980s and 90s. On top of that, he also has 5 All-Defensive selections and was also a 3-time Defensive Player of the Year. The only other players who've won Defensive Player of the Year at least 3 times were Dikembe Mutombo and Ben Wallace. As of right now, Howard's defensive rating for his career is the highest among all active NBA players. And even today, he's still a solid defender. He's obviously not as good as before because he lost some athleticism, but players don't become 3-time Defensive Player of the Year by just jumping really high, which I feel like is one of the myths about Howard's defense. He can't jump through the roof anymore, but he's still incredibly strong, calls out defensive rotations, and tries to get in a good position to contest a shot. And putting all these numbers and awards to the side, let's not forget everything he's done on the court. He led the Orlando Magic to the finals and defeated the Cavs and Celtics along the way, although KG was injured in that series. But Howard was still amazing in that 2009 playoff run. He averaged 20 points, 15 rebounds, and 2.6 blocks a game on 60% from the field. In the 2009 Eastern Conference Finals, Howard closed out the series against LeBron's Cavs with a 40-point, 14-rebound performance in Game 6. The Magic lost to the Lakers in the finals, but Howard helped the franchise win their first ever game in the finals. Afterwards, he had a few more dominant seasons, but the main criticism started when he got traded to the Lakers in 2012. He was blamed for not playing within the system and not playing well in general. But keep in mind, he was battling a terrible back injury for the entire season, and he still put up an efficient 17 points, 12 rebounds, and 2.4 blocks per game. At the end of the season, it was found out that Howard had to get surgery to remove a massive lump of tissue from his back. And even though his back issues were a huge problem, he still had some great years in Houston. The 2014 playoff matchup between the Rockets and Blazers were memorable because of Damian Lillard's ridiculous buzzer beater. But what's been swept under the rug is that Howard was phenomenal in that series. He averaged 26 points, 14 rebounds, and 3 blocks per game, while James Harden was the one who was struggling. Anyway, that's pretty much all I have to say about Howard. People might not like him off the court, or how he left the Lakers, or how he supposedly got Stan Van Gundy fired in Orlando. All these things might leave a bad taste and give him a bad image. But when it comes down to it, there was a time when building around Dwight Howard or LeBron James was a real debate. Although their careers went in opposite directions, we cannot discredit what Dwight has done on the basketball court. When he retires and becomes eligible for the Hall of Fame, he should get in on the first ballot right away. At least that's what I think. And that's all, folks. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed that video. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more in the future. I'll see you next time.